So everybody says we should start our own channel. And so here we are. Everybody, there we go.
Birds.
No. Come on. No, that took all 3 seconds. Let's try this again. Everybody says that we should make a channel, show our travels, show what we do, show our buys, our finds, whatever, our hunts. So here we are.
We're giving it a try.
Yeah. Worst thing just fell, right? So part of the reason that I want to do it is I'm going to apologize now. We're not YouTubers, not public speakers. We're horrible at it. So I'm going to say every other word.
That's okay.
One of the things that I hope to share with other show is my life experiences as far as with health issues. That is not what defines you. I am a JR no. JR no. I'm the owner of a pain in the butt dog. That's what I am. JR no. Sit down. Sit down. JR wants to chase people in the golf cart. Sit down. Sit down. Stay. Stay. Thank you.
You're a good boy.
So, this is JR, by the way. So, I'm about 8 years now.
Almost 8.
7.5 years survivor of a brain injury and a spinal cord injury that left me starting over, learning how to re-sign my name, learn how to do everyday basic life again. I'm just over a year out of a spinal cord surgery that was needed to not become a quadriplegic. So part of my goal is those who are out there that have got all kinds of health issues, no matter what it may be, to show them that doesn't define them, it doesn't stop them, it doesn't keep them from living, and there is life past that. I know I have tons of friends who are battling cancer or have family with cancer. Everybody has got them health issues that seems unrelatable to others. So part of my goal is to give some people some hope that whatever they are fighting with their health issues, it doesn't define who they are or what they can do. Because
I think that could be mental health issues, or physical issues too.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own struggle, and nobody knows what that person's story is.
Yep. A lot of people see health issues as just a physical thing. They don't look at the mental health side of things, and it's greatly overlooked. And everybody's, oh, you can't talk about mental health. That means you're weak. Blah blah blah. Well, you're weak if you're afraid to talk about it. In my opinion,
we talk about it a lot.
Yeah. So that's going to be a constant thing. You'll hear me reference that a lot. You'll see some of the things that I deal with, inconsistencies. You'll hear me talk about my memories issues a lot, my relearning some of my tricks, things I do to run a business. Currently we have, including family, we have 4 employees other than myself. That includes both of my sons, Alicia here, who's my girlfriend, and another employee who runs our online sales. So what we do, the basis of our business, we travel the country. We buy estates, automobiles. Most of it's pre-World War II cars and automobile parts, memorabilia, that type of thing. I don't do a whole lot of the signs, but if I get a good deal, I'm going to buy them. Just like anything, this is a business of opportunity, and you have to take advantage of those opportunities and take advantage of those I don't know, the situations, I guess, is the best word I can come up with right now.
Sometimes they approach us at the last minute,
Yeah.
And we sort of have to make that impromptu decision to jump on it or lose out. So usually we jump on it.
Usually, I shouldn't say usually. It's not uncommon to get a phone call or a text message, and within 24 hours, we're jumping in a semi and cutting across the country. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's just that we're heading to an auction. We found out 2 days before it starts. That's 1,500 miles away, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. It's a business that you have to play into those opportunities and use them. Just like one of the most recent purchases was 300 or so miles away, and from the time I got it sent a text message with a link to a marketplace ad, 24 hours later we was 300 miles from the house loading a semi-load of parts. So
that video is to come soon.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
So yeah, you have to bear with us. We're not video editors. We're not YouTubers.
Social worker.
We're just a couple people with a phone and an idea, some encouragement from friends who run YouTube channels with great success.
And a love of finding and saving history. Yeah. I think too. We enjoy the hunt.
Yeah, the big passion is the hunt and putting things back in circulation that otherwise would be lost. They're not making pre-war cars no more, and when they're gone, they're gone. So a big part of my drive and my boys' drive, you'll meet them, is getting that stuff back into circulation, getting it back into the hot rod world, or even the restoration world. I appreciate both worlds, and have respect for both.
Absolutely. And I think instilling that in the boys as well, that they really enjoy the history of it and finding the cool things that are always hidden in these cars when we find them because they've been abandoned so long.
It's always
they enjoy it just as much as we do.
Yeah, it's always an education process. The boys don't realize an inadvertent education that they're getting, whether it be researching a part, researching the vehicle, learning about the history of that manufacturer, whatever it may be, whether it's, the 1920 something Dodge Brothers that's on the trailer right now, learning the history about Dodge. My oldest son did not know Dodge Brothers Dodge wasn't just Dodge to start with. It was Dodge Brothers, and it's changed through the years, and it's always interesting to learn that and learn what world history plays a role in automotive history. Most people don't realize the connection and world history, how it plays into automotive history.
They go hand in hand in a lot of places.
Yeah. Whatever the transportation may be, autos, trains, whatever. Innovations are, pushed by necessity. Yep. War necessitizes a lot of things, like the World War II Jeeps we own. So
we've used our adventures to grow our experiences as a family as well. We've used where we're going to find cool places to go just for vacation purposes, and so it's helped us travel and stay close as a family as well. And we all really
the travels that took us to every national is a national monument, national park, not every national park.
Not every national park. Lots of national parks, some monuments.
I think we've been almost every national monument as far as like the Grand Canyon, and I might even be calling these things the wrong things. Yeah. And that's one of my things, everybody's like, oh yeah, it's this, don't you know anything? Well, yeah, I know it, but that's the part of memory issues, is them simple things that if you don't live them every day, and I'm only talking my experience, I'm not saying people in general. Basically for me, if I don't live it every day, I got to relearn it on some degree usually. So I've got about a 2-week window of memory that if I do a procedure, whether it's running equipment or a tool or a computer program, I got roughly 2 windows, and then that information 2 windows. Yeah, 2 weeks. And then I start relearning those processes again because that memory's fallen off. That's not always the case, but if you don't live it every day, it kind of goes away.
Absolutely.
So what I was saying about the things, we've been to Mount Rushmore, we've been to the Grand Canyon, we've been to Washington, D.C., and all those travels have been
around some sort of hunt of
Yeah,
history or an auction or
almost all of them has been
anything.
drove by the hunt or the delivery.
of some kind of historic
Yeah,
car or estate full
Yeah.
of other items.
yeah. So the business is a tool that can be an educational experience as well. It allows us to do a lot of things with our boys that most people can't say they've done. My boys have been to almost all 48 continental states in a vehicle. Neither one of them's ever flown.
Nope.
We've drove to almost every state at this point. There isn't too many kids that get to say that anymore.
No.
Unfortunately, everybody's stuck in the basement on a video game, and this life has given my boys an opportunity that most kids don't get to see.
And they enjoy it.
Yeah, most of the time.
There's always those days of hard, hot days of lots of work and lifting, and they don't want to do it like some people. But
yeah,
they, at the end of the day, they enjoy finding that really cool antique football helmet in a car that you brought back that had newspapers in it. They enjoy looking at those articles in that newspaper that was in that car. They found a baseball bat, an old Tonka excavator or some kind of bucket truck or something. They think that stuff is just
and with that
super
comes
cool.
with those items comes the research of finding what it is, what it's worth. It's history. So it connects into so many places that people don't see. And then you get on the other side of it is people say, "Oh, he's bringing more crap home. Look at that pile of rust on the trailer," or whatever. They don't respect that. People are like, "Why would you bring that home?" But the same people say, "Well, I can respect that restored car." Well, that restored car wouldn't be restored if it wasn't for that. Stay, JR. That restored car wouldn't be possible without all of us people like me that are dumb enough to drag those rusty Hulks home to get that stainless off of it, to get that rare bracket, that rare AC pump, whatever the part may be, to bring those nice cars back to life and to keep them on the road. So I try to shine some perspective on that with our buys, our videos and stuff, and Facebook post. And that's another thing. If you haven't followed us on Facebook yet, go check that out. Snagtown Automotive and Fab. That is the name of the business. Is Snagtown Automotive LLC, and Snagtown Fab. Is it Fab or Fabrication?
Just Fab.
Snagtown Fab LLC. Those are two businesses that were run right now. The Fab has been very relaxed, just simply because the automotive side has took up so much of our life. Like, I might as well say all of our life.
All of it.
It's not uncommon for us to work 16 hours a day every day right now. So my goal with the videos is share some of that, share some of our travels for those who don't get the opportunity, or the guys that do get the opportunity, and maybe some people can learn along with us. I can share the little bit of knowledge I have. Some people can learn something.
And maybe we'll learn something that we didn't know with things that we find, and people on the other end, they can comment and let us know what we didn't know.
Yeah, I will definitely have a lot of questions for the more knowledgeable.
We're not afraid to ask.
No, I will be the first to admit I am no expert in any field. Don't pretend to be. And if somebody can learn or educate others by even commenting on our videos, if I'm finding cars in the woods or the mountains, whatever, and I don't know what it is, and we bought a lot of those this weekend. As crazy as it sounds, we bought 17 cars yesterday, and a few of them I have no idea what they are. They're so buried in the woods that you cannot identify them just yet, and that's going to be in an upcoming video, so come back and check that out. So there'll be some education there. It's all about preserving, saving what we can.
Some of it, I think, is just kind of fun to see that stuff in the woods. For instance, these cars we bought yesterday, they're so buried, and it just makes me wonder. This family they're an elderly couple, and they just want to move. They want to downsize. Yep. So, like, what led him to let's put this car in the trees this week.
Yeah.
And then they sit there. You
Yeah.
know, it just makes you think
What
of that
is-
story.
Yeah.
That's the part I love, is just thinking, what has this car seen?
Yeah.
What is going on around it for so long?
Yeah, the detective work to figure out, okay, why has this car been sitting? And I'm sure it was at the woods when it was parked there.
Right.
Well, I know some of it wasn't, because some of them have 10-inch trees growing inside them.
Yeah.
You know, what was the demise of the car when it was parked 40, 50 years ago? And why do you continue to park
Right.
cars for 40, 50 years? There's
Yeah.
everything. I think the newest vehicle in that lot was a 79 Chevy truck out of close to 20 cars. So, and tons of farm equipment.
Yep.
That's not our wheelhouse. So if you're into vintage farm equipment, give me your contact info, because I can hook you up. Unfortunately, otherwise, that you know, if I can't find a buyer for that stuff's got to go, because we have 2 weeks to move this stuff, and I certainly cannot bring it home. So I can't bring it all home. And you'll guys in that video and the future videos, you're going to meet my 2 sons. Steven's my oldest. He has his health issues that I'll leave it to him if he ever wants to discuss. But he is my right-hand man. He keeps me on track with a lot of things, as well as Alicia. Alicia's my brains. She's my Rolodex of what I should do. Steven, some of my health issues my health issues that I have with the brain injury from an auto accident wear me out fast. So I rely greatly on my oldest son. You know, he wanted to join the business. This is not forced on him. It's 100% his
He approached us.
Yeah, his choice to work for me and be my right-hand man to keep me going, because I wear out so fast, especially in the heat and stuff, that it's not possible for me to do this alone. As we grow, I needed help, and he needed a job, so he has to come on board. My youngest son, Austin,
he's almost 14.
Yeah, getting ready to turn 14 in a few months. He has the passion, doesn't always have the drive. You'll hear me call him Turtle, because a lot of times he moves like a turtle. And it's just in fun and games. But he will outwork just about any 13-year-old I know, though.
What was the longest day on that pick you guys went on in Kansas? Was it an 18-hour day?
In Kansas or Illinois?
No, in Kansas, when you and Austin went back and picked up the stuff that we bought when we went to Vegas. You guys worked from sun up to sundown, like 3 a.m.
I don't remember how long it was, but it was too long. But yeah.
It was well into the late evening, past bedtime.
Yeah.
Past dinner.
Yep. It's not uncommon for us to get ourselves in a situation where we might work a 16, 18-hour day and put in them hours, and he's right there on it. Yep. He's also a huge asset, and fills in where Steven doesn't always get to go on the road with me, because he has another job as well. Yep. So he works here full time and then works part time at a drag strip. And you know, chasing that automotive passion. He literally just texts me. He's like, "Man, we got to build something for next year. I want to race." So he's never been down drag strip. He's worked there for a year now. So that's his passion. That's what I said. We'll get the building. Yeah. You can't race. You know, you can't do it if you don't put in the hours. So, but both the boys enjoy the chase, enjoy the passion. They are probably the most committed young men to chasing it that I have ever met. So the biggest thing we do, we buy estates, we break them down, we do our best to get them back into the market, to get them back into circulation. You know, some of the stuff we buy has been hidden in a barn for 50, 60 years, sometimes longer. The Dodge brothers that we have on the trailer we brought back from Kansas, the grandson of that owner said JR, come here. JR is very persistent on chasing the passing golf carts, so we'll try to keep him in check as much as we can. Good boy, come here. the Dodge brothers. You know, that car had been sitting. That guy, the grandson of the estate that came from, he said he remembered playing in that car when he was a child. And I'm guessing he was in his 50s or 60s. And he said the car had been sitting there well before that. So hopefully that car goes back into circulation and somebody builds a hot rod family car out of it to, you know, keep building them memories.
And I think that just made me think of part of what you love about it is some of these people who have these things that are for sale. You enjoy talking with them and listening to their story and giving them a voice. It gives the cars or the items that you're purchasing, or even just looking at, not even purchasing, life again. And those stories will be gone at some point. And
we're just the caretaker for now.
Yep.
And hopefully we can get it to another caretaker that preserves it and carries it on. So, but
hopefully you join us for more videos, more adventures. Some of it's more exciting than others.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that we do.
This video is definitely not an exciting one. No. But I want to introduce ourselves. Tell everybody what our mission is with it, what our goal is. And honestly, you know, I want to share it with everybody, but my biggest goal for me is to share with the brain injury community what is possible after a brain injury. Like I said, I had that wreck 8 years ago, and for 5 of that 8, I was not able to work. And this is the first summer I've been able to work full time since then.
Yep.
So if the video can reach anybody that's going through health issues and show them, you know, what is happening today is not necessarily the definition of the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
I had a hard time believing that wasn't, you know, the new world for me. And so if we can give a little glimmer of hope, maybe make some people laugh along the way, hopefully with us and not at us, but
I'm sure there'll be some at us.
Yeah, guarantee it.
Especially if I'm involved.
So anyway, hope you guys, like, subscribe, all that crap that the YouTubers say.
Yeah.
Follow along with us. Maybe buy some parts. Meet up with us along the road. Some shows.
Eventually, maybe we would like to get some shirts.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll get some gear going that'll help support the efforts to keep things growing. Our goal is with the business, the goal there is to have a handful of employees to manage things here at the shop and keep things moving in and out the door. Currently, we have a massive Model A collection. We've bought out 2 Model A. Well, one's a Model A estate. One was just a collection. The guy just washed his hands of the Model A world and said he was done. Wanted to build early Ford trucks. So, but hopefully we can get, you know, that stuff back into circulation that's been off the market for decades.
Mm-hmm.
But the goal with the business, get that going. We'll get the metal fab side going, get some things going there, and get stuff online. And hopefully you guys tag along with us. Go to some of these estate auctions out west. We travel the country. We haven't did as much of it as I'd like this year.
Yeah.
Used to be we was on a pick at least once a month across the country. And we are so covered in inventory right now that has not been an option. We are buying way more than we are selling.
The few things, I think the big ones, they've been more local too. So
that's helped. Yes. Yeah. We haven't traveled too far. We have been Kansas and Colorado. I don't know, probably 6 times this year already. I don't know how many times. I can't remember.
You have at least.
Yeah, I have. Every time it seems like somebody else goes with me, whether it's just one of the boys, both of the boys, you.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope to do some traveling, hopefully some racing in the future. We'll see how that goes. We're going to do some builds. We have a Model A build that's going to be the first project to come along or come in and get started on that. Thank you, dog.
And you guys will see that introduced in one of our videos with picking up the Model A equipment. Is that specific car?
Yep. So
some beginning information on that plan. So
Yep. So we're going to do everything from traditional hot rods, and I am not a Ford guy, and it's it's embarrassing to say it, but we'll do some traditional Ford builds that are Ford powered, which it makes me vomit, or makes me want to vomit even saying that. So
You never thought you'd build a Ford, huh?
never. No, well, I'll build a Ford, but not a Ford powered unit. But this has cool powertrain, so we'll let it slide this time. But anyway, stick around, follow us on Facebook, and buy some parts.
Find us on eBay. We're on eBay as well, too.
Yep. Snacktown Automotive on eBay. Follow us on there. We're constantly listing items. Store's fairly new. Channel's obviously new. Not new to the automotive world at all. We're just trying to build that online presence because in today's time, even as much as I hate technology, you gotta deal with it to make it. And
how long would you say you have actually been doing this then? Since we're not new to the world, we're just new to the online presence part of it.
Yeah, I've been buying and selling automotive parts for...
Before Steven was born?
Yeah, I'll put it this way. I bought my first car and drove it home at either 13 or 14 years old, I think. And it was a pile. It was well, actually, no. The first car I bought, it was before that. 4 friends went together and we bought a Ford Escort. It took 4 of us to go together to buy a $50 Ford Escort at 14. So that was the first car, actually.
So close to 30 years, but just getting started on the online world.
Actually selling parts for profit, 25 years. I can narrow that down pretty close with what the first
That
sell
makes me
was.
feel old.
Yeah. Huh?
That makes me feel old.
You are.
Not as old as you.
Yeah. So anyway, follow along. Hope you guys enjoy. I know this video is probably boring as could be, but it lets you know who we are, where we come from, and where we're going, hopefully.
Hopefully.
So, see you next time.